So I'd like to introduce you to was formerly WXFF and is now pantsir40. It's the main reason why I ask for any sort of ID, because this guy between last patch and this patch basically changed his name almost the day the patch launched. So cleared all his replays and then went on to change his name to something entirely different. 4,700 battles. Granted, he's maining sim right now. 4,700 in realistic. All of his recent replays are all sim. And you can see, according to this, he is a 10-to-1 in the vehicle he's currently playing. Probably because he's doing shit like this where he's, shooting stuff at exact ranges. But since the helicopter's kind of floating around, he's not going to be able to get a good shot on him. But yeah, it's the general premise of, oh, we want people to play sim and we want sim to be nice and all. Like, well, guess what? Because sim is the way this is, sim is effectively ruined by cheaters. Granted, cheating is obviously retrospective in all this because cheating ruins any mode. The general thing is that the lack of oversight from a company that has ultimately control over their game and when they should ban people doesn't take action against said players and doesn't do action. They only do it once every month. Now, granted, ban waves are, as always, how you should essentially do it. The biggest problem with it is Gaijin's lack of the... Okay, if you don't know, if you haven't been around this game long enough, Gaijin used to have its own anti-cheat. Long ago, I don't remember the name of the cheat off the top of my head, or the anti-cheat, or the name of the thing, but there was only one group that actually made cheats a long time ago. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it was a very well-known one. But there was probably, back then when there was about, I would say, average 50,000 players in this game, you would, on average, only see maybe a handful of cheaters get banned back then. Now, I don't know what made Gaijin change to using their EAC over their current in-house one, because their in-house one was clearly working really well because they didn't have any issues with cheaters. My theory is that because the engine changed, that they decided to now use EAC, even though EAC is clearly a piss-poor reason. Like I said, if you look back in the day before EAC, you would rarely see people get banned because there were pretty much no cheaters. Or if there were cheaters, they were having to pay an exorbitant amount of money for said cheats. Now, because of the whole botting and because EAC is terrible, we are seeing anywhere from, what is it, 1,000, or it was a couple hundred. Now it's several thousand per ban wave now. We're seeing like percentages of ban waves occurring in this game now because Gaijin refuses to actually acknowledge the issue at hand. Now, the good thing is they're acknowledging it to some extent because obviously they are banning cheaters. The biggest main issue, obviously, is that they are not doing it in a timely manner. At this point, they should probably be doing ban waves every 2 weeks, not once a month, because of how many, people are effectively just using cheats constantly, and because of how many accounts exist in regards to full-on cheating. With the amount of bot accounts that I've seen, shooting, or amount of bot accounts that I see that are still active, I see naval scripted accounts all the time in game on accounts that aren't cheating anymore, but nevertheless and he's gone now. Nevertheless, he basically leaves every game. But nevertheless, I see tons and tons and tons of accounts that are naval scripted records where they have like 1,000 deaths and 100 naval kills, or 30 air kills and like 600 deaths in an aircraft because they naval or air script. And yet, Gaijin won't do anything against those players because, too bad, so sad, they aren't cheating anymore, according to Gaijin. And I think, honestly, accounts like that should be suspended, ultimately, or have those credits taken away from all of those vehicles, or from their account entirely, which essentially could put accounts in negative and then ban them. But Gaijin won't do that because they're like, oh, well, the person's not doing anything wrong anymore, so they're effectively just saying that cheaters got away with it. So, as always, if you have a comment you want to leave to me or a player, please leave it, follow the format below, and I will get to it as soon as I am able to. As always, have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.